Welcome to the Gel X removal process. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching. Welcome back to my subscribers. If you haven't watched part 1 of the video how I created this set, please go ahead or click the link above and watch that before we you watch the removal process. So I've had these nails on for about a week now. I'm taking them off because I got some orders for press-ons and I did not want to mess them up. So we're gonna test out to see if what I did in video 1 worked and I'm able to pull off these Gel X nails without damaging them or my natural nail. So normally this is what I normally do when I have a peel off base underneath my nail. I don't soak them off because I don't like that process. Like, it's too long and then my fingers get all wrinkly and cold, so I don't like it. So I normally just drench my nail in cuticle oil as much as possible and I leave it to soak. So I've used the glue from model 1, but before I did that for the Gel X, I put a thin layer because I wasn't sure what would happen of peel off base that I'll link below underneath it. So let's see if it works and if it will help me with taking off these nails. I really wished I could have kept these nails longer for them to grow out, and let's see how long they would have last, but I'll do that in my next video. So I've had my nails soaking for 5-10 minutes in the cuticle oil, and now I'm just going in to try and find a edge and see if it will lift off. And as you can see, it's coming, but I have to fight it. I definitely had to fight it off. There are a couple nails where, oh my god, it was so painful because it was so fresh, I believe, and of course the Gel X glue was doing its job. So yeah, I had to fight it off, but as long as I found one edge and I just went around, it did eventually come off, and you could see no damage to my nail. You could see the glue there from the product underneath it, which I'll probably buff off before I store them. Stay tuned guys to see how I store my nails. Like, I definitely did not want to throw these out, so stay tuned in the end to see how I store all my nails that I want to keep, they just have a special place in my heart. So we're going in with my pointer finger, and as you can see there, I had a bit of trouble with finding an edge for this one. Plus I'm using a metal cuticle pusher, so you could just imagine what that felt like. But yeah, I found an edge at the top and I just used that as leverage to kind of lift off the rest. And I must say, the glue did its job, the peel off base did its job. They really worked well together. In my next set, I'm definitely going to keep them longer because I want to see the growth. I want to see what happens and how long it will actually last. But just based off of this, I would presume it would last the approximately 3 weeks, which is normally how long the Gel X should last or will last. And yeah, that one came off a bit easy because I realized that I did not push it all the way up to my cuticle as I should have. But the glue was already dry. I was not gonna take that off, so I just wore it as is, and it did not lift. Like, it didn't lift. Nothing happened. It stayed on until I was ready to take it off, so that's good. Now these two fingers were where I had the most trouble because they did not want to move. They decided that they were gonna stay there and there was nothing I could do about it. And believe me, I was at a point where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave them. Like, I'm just gonna leave them on because I can't do this. Like, I can't. You'll see a couple times in the video where I actually shake my hand. That was because of how painful it was. I had to switch out to the board stick because the metal was it was metaling. Like, it wasn't doing me any justice. Like, it was so hard, it was hurting so much. So yeah, there are a couple times I had to take a break and just like, all right, let's switch it out because it's not moving and my hand is hurting. And again, this is not to say the product is bad. The product is actually doing its job. It's me who's actually lifting off the nails earlier than they actually should have been taken off, which with a longer wear there would have been, you know, a bit more freedom, I think, with the nails, and I got it off. And you can see it's a cleaner process, by the way. Normally when I do glue, which you'll see when I take off my right hand, because I did that in a press-on method, you'll see I have a lot more residue. Even when I use a peel-off base, I have a lot more glue residue on base, residue on my natural nails. But with this, it was just a smooth, see, like, that's one of the shakes. I had to like cool my finger down. It was so hard. It did not want to move. So yeah, normally I have a lot more residue on my nails, but with this Gel-X and the peel off method, it just came off in one smooth sitting. And there we go with my shaking. I was gonna give up, honestly, because it wasn't moving. And if you've ever tried, like, here we go. If you've ever tried to take off your nail, like just after, even if you glued them, just after gluing them and the glue dries and that bond is sealed, then you know what I'm experiencing. They will not move, and you're feeling all that pressure and pain in your nails, and you gotta shake it out. So yeah, I left that nail because I was like, ugh. And I was gonna take off my right hand, but then I just left it for a while because it was hurting so much. And then I came back after it cooled down. I was like, okay, one more time, and if it doesn't budge, I'm just gonna leave it and we'll just see what happens. Because wow, this one, it gave me some trouble, and I finally got it off. And this is what we're looking at with all 5 sets put together. And now we're going in with my right hand, which I did with a press-on. So I did those and just glued them on with natural nail glue. And same process, left them to soak for like 5-10 minutes, and then I just came back and lifted them off. Of course, these came off pretty easy. It was an easier process than my left hand, to be honest with you. No issue, no damage. And I just wanted to emphasize, like, look at my nails. No damage, nothing. And I didn't have to soak anything. I didn't have to clip the nails off. I didn't have to buff. I didn't have to damage them. I could literally save them and go back and use them at a later date if I wanted to. Now with my right hand and the nail glue, this, you know, these came off pretty easy. I didn't have a lot of issues with getting them off, as you could see there. And yeah, if you've reached so far in the video, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ensure that you watch video number 1 to see the creation process of my nails. And I know I haven't done the other Valentine's Day set I said I was gonna do, but I'm gonna do it still because I think it's pretty cute, and I found another design that I really love. So it's between the 2 of them. I'm gonna do a poll, guys, between the 2 that I really want to do, and then depending on, you know, which one gets the most votes, that will be my next video that I will post this coming week. So ensure that you guys participate in my poll. It will be up, and so I know what you guys want to watch. So yeah, we have the last nail. This one, you know, it took its time with coming off, but again, if I realize that the nail isn't budging, I just go back in with more, drench it in more cuticle oil, and then I just leave it for a longer time until I can find an edge. Normally I find my edges at the sides towards the tip of my natural nail. That's normally where my edges will, or my free edges will start, and I could just pop them off. You can see what I mean, that with the glue I have more residue on my natural nail that I'll just buff off with like a very fine buffer or nail file, because the aim of the game, guys, is to protect your natural nail. So yeah, a little bit of glue that's still left, and here we are with all 10 fingers clean. You can see no damage, no breakage, nothing like that. They're all good. And here we go with how I store my nails, guys. Thank you again for watching. Look out for that.